even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to make the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me.
In a stunning turn of events, Lamont Roach made a surprise appearance at Gervonta Tankdavis's training facility, sparking rumors of their eagerly awaited rematch. This unexpected development has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, adding an exciting new chapter to the heated rivalry that began with their controversial draw. Their previous fight was marred by controversy, especially in the pivotal 9th round, when Davis was knocked down by a sharp jab from Roach. Technical issues prevented an immediate replay review, and the referee's decision not to call it a knockdown left fans and analysts questioning the result. With both fighters now demanding a definitive rematch, the stage is set for a showdown that promises to settle the score once and for all.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah.
Shortly after reports surfaced confirming the rematch, witnesses say Lamont Roach made a bold statement by showing up at Davis's gym, clad in workout gear and exuding confidence. Roach walked into the facility while Davis was deep in training, and eyewitnesses described a tense atmosphere as Roach approached him, seemingly conveying a clear message: the fight isn't over, and he's ready to settle the score in the ring. Though Davis seemed momentarily taken aback by the sudden intrusion, the brief but charged encounter underscored the intensity of their rivalry and the personal stakes involved. The incident quickly went viral, with videos and photos capturing the raw emotion of the moment. Fans and analysts lauded Roach's audacity, seeing his gym appearance as a calculated move to get under Davis's skin ahead of the rematch. The buzz on social media only fueled excitement for the upcoming fight, with many believing that this public display of confidence could give Roach a psychological advantage. Prominent figures in the boxing world have weighed in on the confrontation, with some seeing it as a natural extension of the fierce competitive spirit both fighters share. Others view it as a strategic attempt to disrupt Davis's focus during training. This unexpected visit has added a new layer of intensity to an already fiery rivalry. Beyond settling old scores, the rematch now promises to be a battle of wills, with both fighters determined to prove who truly deserves the title. As organizations like the WBA closely monitor the situation, this public showdown has further cemented the notion that nothing will stand in the way of these two warriors in their pursuit of supremacy. With the rematch on the horizon, all eyes will be on the ring as Davis and Roach prepare to settle the controversy once and for all. The upcoming bout is already being hailed as one of the most highly anticipated events in the lightweight division, where every punch and moment of psychological warfare could tip the scales. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has also shared his thoughts on the fight this week.
Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put a towel in the face. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
Davis recently took to social media to announce that the rematch could happen soon, with the end of May being a potential target date. As he gears up for the fight, Davis, who had previously hinted at retiring at 30, now plans to fight at least for more times, with the rematch against Roach being one of those bouts. Unlike the long breaks that have characterized his career in recent years, Davis showed his ability to handle quick turnarounds in 2023, fighting twice in a matter of months. He first defeated Hector Luis Garcia by stoppage on January 7th, then returned to the ring 3 months later, securing another stoppage victory over Ryan Garcia on April 22nd. The controversy surrounding the Davis vs. Roach's fight went beyond the typical post-draw debates. A pivotal moment came in the 9th round, when referee Steve Willis opted not to call Davis's voluntary knee and knockdown. The New York State Athletic Commission attributed its failure to review the replay to a technical issue. Despite replay being allowed in the state, there have been calls to reassess the fight, with some even suggesting that the result be overturned in Roach's favor. However, that remains unlikely, given that Davis is the bigger draw, and it's impossible to determine how the fight would have played out had the knockdown been called. Retroactively declaring the round 10-8 for Roach would set a dangerous precedent, as judges weren't obligated to score it that way initially. Athletic commissions are generally reluctant to change results after the fact, meaning the draw is likely to stand despite its unpopularity. This decision, however, makes sense in light of the fact that the rematch has generated far more interest than the original fight. The first bout still drew solid numbers at the gate in Brooklyn, and now Tank versus Roach feels almost inevitable. If the rematch doesn't happen, it would fuel the usual debates about Davis avoiding tough opponents, while also leaving a significant gap in his legacy. This fight captivated fans, and its demand for a second chapter is undeniable. That said, securing the budget for another event by late May may be challenging for premier boxing champions. And while fans are eager for the rematch, a 3-month turnaround might not be feasible. In an exclusive interview with Boxing Scene on Thursday, Roach expressed confidence that Davis would exercise the rematch clause in their contract. He also expressed trust in the New York State Athletic Commission to make a fair ruling. Regarding the controversial events of the 9th round, Roach stated, "I hope the rematch happens sooner rather than later. Everybody's still talking about the fight 5 days later. It's been a huge spectacle." Roach is contractually bound to a rematch and is ready if Davis calls him. Regarding the commission's ruling, sources informed Boxing Scene that a decision is expected soon, likely by the start of next week. Roach added, "I think it definitely plays in our favor that there hasn't been a ruling yet." The controversy surrounding the 9th round knockdown continues to stir debate, as referee Steve Willis allowed the fight to continue without penalizing Davis for taking a knee. The failure of Prime Video to provide the necessary replay footage in time for the commission's review only added to the confusion. With growing sentiment in the boxing world, there is increasing speculation that the New York Commission may declare the bout a no contest. This decision would acknowledge that Davis was deprived of the opportunity to fight with his usual aggressive style in the final 3 rounds, which he might have done had he known he was behind on points. The judges had scored the round 109 in Davis's favor, which allowed him to escape with the draw, with final scores of 114 to 114, 114 to 114, and 115 to 113. Roach believes justice would be served if the knockdown is recognized or if the commission considers that Davis turned his back and received assistance from his coach outside the ring. Roach argued, "That's unheard of without a disqualification." He maintains that if the decision isn't overturned, it will only intensify the rivalry leading into the rematch. The first fight, which packed 19,150 fans into Brooklyn's Barclays Center, set the stage for a highly anticipated rematch. Roach is confident that the next fight will be even more intense, saying, "I'm going to be a better me, and he better come with his A game." Roach also maintains that Davis's hardest punches had a full impact on him. "I told him that," Roach recalled. In one mid-fight verbal exchange, Davis told me, "I thought you hit way harder than this." I responded, "Who are you to talk? You had a 90% knockout ratio, and I'm still standing here jawing at you." The turning point of the night came when I took his best shot and realized, all right, it's time to get down in the dirt. Roach feels that, despite Davis having the upper hand in some exchanges, it was clear Davis was trying to prove he was the star. By the end of the day, he realized that I'm the guy, and I'm not going anywhere. He's not going to knock me out. Roach believes he did enough to win the fight, despite the official draw. In addition to Willis's mistake, Prime Video's failure to secure the replay of the 9th round knockdown in time for the commission's review has fueled the controversy. Roach believes this points to foul play, though he's not ready to call it outright corruption. "What happened to me was unfortunate," Roach said. "I didn't get a fair shake because of the status of the fighter. I was fighting a superstar, the most popular draw in America." Roach expressed frustration over the officiating, especially since Davis's knee was never ruled a knockdown. While Roach has refrained from calling for the dismissal of referee Willis, he hopes that Willis acknowledges his role in what could have been a major turning point in boxing. "This will forever be a stain on boxing if this is upheld as a draw," Roach said. "If the knockdown wasn't scored, his credibility is at stake." WBA President Gilberto Mendoza has voiced his support for a rematch, emphasizing that the controversy requires a clear resolution. Roach, who entered the first fight as the underdog, now holds the WBA junior lightweight title. If the WBA mandates the rematch, it will have to take place within 120 days. As the boxing world eagerly anticipates the rematch, the pressure is mounting for the commission to make a final decision, whether or not the fight ends in a rematch. It's clear that the rivalry between Davis and Roach is far from over.
Your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Veteran MMA analyst and avid boxing fan Joe Rogan was left speechless after witnessing the breathtaking performance between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, which many are now calling a fight of the year contender. Rogan took to Instagram to share his thoughts on the thrilling contest. Commenting on the remarkable display of skill and heart from both fighters, he said, watching the replay of the outstanding title fight last night between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. I had never seen Lamont fight before, but I'm a big fan now. The fight was a draw, but it was an amazing contest, and I really hope they run it back. For the first time in his career, Davis didn't come out on top, settling for a draw after an unbroken streak of 30 professional wins. Leading up to his bout with Roach, Davis had hinted at retirement, though whether he will follow through with that remains uncertain. On the other hand, Roach extended his unbeaten streak to 7 fights by securing a majority draw against Davis, as speculation mounts about a potential rematch between the two. One thing is clear, Davis will face a hefty 6-figure payout. Tensions were palpable at Friday's official weigh-in when Davis boldly wagered to $150 that he would stop Roach before the final bell. However, after 12 grueling rounds, Roach remained standing, leaving Davis with an expensive lesson and a debt to settle. Davis later explained that his decision to take a knee during the fight was due to hair grease getting into his eyes, blurring his vision. In a controversial move, the referee chose not to rule it a knockdown, a decision that could have had a significant impact on the fight's outcome. With a potential rematch now on the horizon, both fighters seem ready for another intense showdown. Rogan, still buzzing from their grueling 12-round battle, is eager to see them face off once again, acknowledging the exceptional nature of their first contest.
Listen, it was a good fight, man. You know what I mean? And what you call him came to fight. Lamont came to fight. They know each other. Just what I tell people, it wasn't gonna be no easy fight. You know what I mean? And I was telling everybody that. Now they understand what I was saying. Them guys knew each other. Plus, they probably used to spar each other. Matter of fact, they did. You spar each other back in the day.
Jaron Ennis recently shared his thoughts on the controversial moments surrounding the Davis versus Roach fight, suggesting that Gervonta Davis's strong influence in the sport might have contributed to a favorable decision from the referee. Ennis remarked, I see that he started counting, then he stopped. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, Tank has a lot of power. He showed you right there, he's got power. He also added that the WBA views Davis as a significant draw, saying, that's what I'm saying. He puts butts in seats. Davis's influence in the sport has only grown in recent years, with several high-profile victories under his belt. For example, his win over Frank Martin on June 15th last year drew 325,000 to 350,000 pay-per-view buys, generating around $26 million in revenue and nearly $14 million in gate receipts. His fight with Ryan Garcia in April 2023 became a massive success, with 1.2 million pay-per-view purchases in the US and over $100 million in PPV revenue. The event also earned $20.8 million at the gate, making it one of the top 5 live gates in Nevada's history. Additionally, Davis's fight with Roach Jr. set an attendance record at Barclays Center, drawing a crowd of 19,000 to 150, while also securing the second highest gate at the venue. Ennis acknowledged Davis's ability to fill seats, but raised concerns over whether that power allows him to escape accountability when it comes to controversial decisions, such as the failure to rule a knockdown after Davis took a knee in the 9th round. When asked about whether Davis's face being cleaned during the fight should have led to disqualification, Ennis said, that's what they say. That's what I heard. The New York State Athletic Commission has launched an investigation into the incident, revealing that technical issues prevented the usual review process, which led to the controversial ruling. However, the commission did not indicate that the decision would be overturned, instead focusing on avoiding similar issues in the future. Lamont Roach Jr.'s team has requested a change in the ruling, but the chances of this happening are slim, which only strengthens the possibility of a rematch, especially with Davis advocating for it. In the midst of the controversy, IBF welterweight champion Jaron Ennis defended Gervonta Davis, calling the fight a great one. Ennis argued I had it 7-5 for Tank, or you could make it a draw. Disagreed with those who criticized Davis for not knocking out Roach. Ennis added, I feel like people just don't like Tank because he didn't knock him out. They feel like he probably lost. Legendary trainer Jeff Mayweather also voiced his concerns about the officiating. He stated on the Mayweather channel, if you go by the rules of boxing, it was a knockdown. He explained that while Roach's punch might not have been powerful enough to knock Davis out, any punch could cause a delayed reaction, and such actions should be penalized. Mayweather also criticized referee Steve Willis for hesitating after starting an 8-count and allowing Davis's corner to assist him without permission. The controversy surrounding the fight, especially referee Willis's decisions, has sparked widespread scrutiny. Notable figures like Claressa Shields and Ryan Garcia have expressed their frustration. Shields tweeted, how much did they pay the ref? This is crazy. While Garcia posted, Lamont won. Not calling that knockdown is the most wild thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad. As the boxing world continues to debate the outcome, one thing is certain: the rivalry between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is far from over, and fans are eagerly awaiting a rematch.